Well, that was a great performance, and now it's time for serious addicts, TV lovers, and those who want to improve their English with the streaming platforms. Let's see what we can start watching this week with Tony de la Torre. Hello, Tony.
Hi, how are you?
Welcome. I'm great. Looking forward to your recommendations.
Okay, let's see, because this week we have some scary recommendations, I think. Very frightening, very hard recommendations.
Yeah, exactly. Like you said, we've got a scary recommendation today, but in a good way, right?
Yeah, because it's a show that's called Lizzie's Story,
Okay.
and it's an adaptation based on a book by Stephen King. And the main
Good
character,
names.
yeah,
Great names.
yeah, and the main character is played by Julianne Moore,
Wow.
another great name.
Yeah, I'm a
and she
fan.
plays a woman that really experiences a lot of different nightmares.
Talk to me.
I have visions. I write them down and people pay to read them.
Scott had a history of becoming unstuck to reality. Where'd you go? He called it being gone.
Looks like she plays a character that is in a lot of trouble, right?
Oh yeah, because she's a widow of a very popular writer that has passed away. So she has to clean the desk of his late husband, and it's a hard time for her because she cannot let him go. Let him go. And this plays in both ways. On the one hand, we discovered that this writer had access in a kind of fantasy world, where he went and inspired himself to write his books. And she discovers, or she believes, that the writer, his husband, can communicate with her through this fantasy world. And on the other hand, we have an academic that tries to get a hold of these papers in a very aggressive and, I think, disturbing way. So both storylines collide in a way that's really terrifying and scary.
Okay, that first recommendation with Julianne Moore was quite scary. What's next?
Well, ghosts are scary, but
Okay,
now
more ghosts.
I will recommend another one with ghosts, but this one I think it will make you laugh.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's a comedy about a couple that inherit a really great house that only has one tiny problem, is that it's full of spirits.
It's haunted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
from different periods of history. So if you want, we can take a look.
Okay.
I'm a solicitor and I'm calling to inform you that you have in fact inherited a house.
This is it.
It's all ours.
What did that girl just say? She must be related to you.
This is going to make one incredible hotel.
What will become of us?
We could always try haunting.
Get out, get out.
Hello!
Get out, get out, get out.
Me again!
Get out.
Well, looks like there's a whole bunch of different ghosts in this house, in this palace, maybe I should say, because it's an enormous, a gorgeous house.
It's very great. Only one inconvenient.
One small inconvenience.
One small inconvenience. You have a lot of ghosts around you. Yeah, we have like a captain from World War II next to the spirit of a romantic poet from 19th century, next to the spirit of a caveman. So the series really just needs to put all these characters together and have fun, because they're different worldviews clashes in a very humorous way, and all of them have one thing in common, is that they want to get the couple out of the house, because the couple wants to turn out the house into a hotel. So they will try to spook them out. It's like a mix of Canterville Ghost meeting like a Monty Python flying circuses kind of sketch British TV show.
Looks hilarious.
Yeah, it's
and really well done.
It's really funny, and in the United Kingdom has had a lot of success, and the Americans are making a remake of it, so that's usually a good sign of that something is working. Yeah,
exactly. Okay, and for our next recommendation, we need to go back to a very serious matter.
Yeah.
Period drama. It's a period drama about slavery in the United States.
Here I saw a dappled wonder settling across the fields, hovering on angel wings, brandishing a blazing shield.
Where do they go?
Yeah, that one is it's
Quite harsh.
Yeah, it's harsh, and it's based on a book by Colson Whitehead. The TV series is called The Underground Railroad, and it tells the story of a very young black girl who is enslaved in a plantation in Georgia, and she endures all the savagery and sadism and violence of her owners, and she reaches one point that she needs to escape. So she does, and the show does, and the book does something that's very different from other stories. Is that there's an underground train that she takes to try to escape. Of course, in real life, this underground train didn't exist. It's based on facts, actually, but it was not a literal train. And this allows a TV show to go faster than it usually do this kind of TV series, because in almost every episode she gets onto the train and travels to another to a different location, location in the United States, where she's trying to get to a place where she can be free.
Okay.
But usually she encounters more sadism and more violence along the way.
Wow, this is a TV series that I certainly want to watch, Tony. We have more TV series recommendations, but we need to have a short break. We'll be right back.
Okay, everyone, here comes the first question of the Guess What? Which is the best show, the best quiz show in the world?
The Guess What?
Point for everyone! Stay tuned!
Well, another TV series with a big name on top is Halston, right, Tony? With Ewan McGregor portraying Roy Halston, a very prestigious fashion designer. Looks good.
Yeah, well, he was indeed he was a phenomenon in the 70s, because he made minimalist designs that revolutionized women's fashion.
Mm-hmm. Actually, he created an item which became very famous, right?
Yeah, the hat that Jacqueline Kennedy wore in the inauguration of the presidential of her husband. In fact, this is one of the first things that the show tells about Roy Halston. It's a show that picks very specific moments in the life of Roy Halston to tell the story of someone that began with a very low profile, and then it got really successful, and this success devoured him, I could say. Ewan McGregor is
brilliant.
Yeah, it's brilliant in the part, and it's a show by Ryan Murphy, who is a creator that has given us shows like American Horror Story or American Crime Story or Feud or Pose. And since he signed an exclusivity deal with Netflix, he has made a lot of shows that are not that good and that look all the same. It's not different. But this time, I think he has found a distinct style for the show that has only 5 episodes.
Okay, it's a mini-series.
Yeah, it's a mini-series that really works very well.
Okay, we can binge watch.
Yeah, we can binge watch that one.
What about the family? I heard that the portrayal of Halston didn't really get the approval of the family of the designer, who criticized the TV series, saying that it's only fiction.
Yeah, well, obviously it's only fiction. I would say lately.
But it doesn't have too much to do with the reality.
Yeah, but lately we have seen, like in The Crown, the British royal family also.
Yeah.
also spoke against The Crown.
They weren't very happy with it either.
No. I think that when this is not a documentary, it's a work of fiction, and sometimes the creators not only can but must change some details in the biography in order to tell a good story. So I think we must watch these shows knowing that beforehand.
Okay, Tony, and can you recommend us a series that we shouldn't watch?
Okay, this time it's Revel. I think you'd be very wise to skip this one. It's a show based on Erin Brockovich life.
Right.
And Erin Brockovich herself is behind this TV show.
All right.
But that's not a guarantee of
success.
Yeah, nothing. We can take a look at the show if you want.
Too many names. Most folks just call me Rebel.
Rebel.
I bring corporations to their knees.
She's that famous lawyer, right?
She's not a lawyer.
Well, it tries to make a lot of things at the same time. I think it tries to be a comedy of a very outspoken woman who is saying what she thinks. It tries to be a social drama that highlights environmental issues. And it tries to be a family drama about divorce, centering in a divorce. I think all these three storylines overlap constantly and do not combine well. And the actress Katie Sagal does a fine job, but the whole thing doesn't hold up, unfortunately. So I would recommend it to skip it in this case.
Right. Well, anyway, luckily we can remember the first 4 recommendations, so we still have plenty to choose from.
Yeah,
right.
For sure.
Tony, thank you so much for all these recommendations.
welcome.
See you next week.
Okay.